This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's episode 1185, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Nashville is artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What's happening?
Just down the street there, our managing editor, downtown, Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
And in LA, you know him from Social Club Misfits, it's Marty.
What's up, guys?
For the one or two times a year it happens, Jesse's not with us today. He is off in Montana, not having fun. He's working on a very stressful project. So Godspeed there, Jesse, out in Montana. Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
All right, y'all. I'm just going to start it off. Listen, I don't know where everyone is at as far as financially with the Relevant Podcast. I'm assuming that you're like all of us in America, getting beat up by inflation, getting working 9 to 5, like good old Dolly Parton would say, and working hard. Mm-hmm. The last thing you need is your HOA trying to fine you $50 because you're putting a new flower bed in and you have some debris outside and it's been raining and they haven't had a chance to finish up your flower bed.
Okay.
So they're mad that you're in the middle of a project that's not completed and they're threatening to fine you $50. This is egregious.
Okay. Context for the listeners, maybe missed last episode. We were talking about summer projects, summer things that we've done. And I was trying to get the guys to talk about travel or memories that they made. And it's like, what's the big thing this summer that you've, got you excited? And Derek talked for the next 20 minutes about redoing his landscaping.
Yes.
So he's in the middle. If y'all didn't catch last episode, he's in the middle of ripping up his yard and putting in a new one. So the HOA is after you because you're taking too long?
So I talked to my wife and I said, hey, I think I know who snitched on me because the person took the picture from their car and it's a very unique, specific color car, which is like dead gray. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out, I'm like, okay, I know who this person is. So I say, hey, I think this person's been snitching on us. And it's only been 3 days that we had stuff out here. She said, yeah, that lady's on the HOA. She's like on the board. So I'm going to go talk to her after this. And I'm going to say, hey, ma'am, listen here.
Snitches get stitches.
Stuff's only been out of here for 3 days. Right.
That's what you want to say.
Stitches. This stuff has only been out of here for 3 days. No, we're not. The political times are too tense right now. It's insane. We're gonna leave it alone. But I'm just saying. So listen, if you're gonna buy a house, I know it's hard, but listen, if you can avoid the HOA because it's the same HOA. I know I feel like Jesse right now. Jesse rubbing off on me, just going off on rants. But if it's the same HOA that we didn't have houses built on either side of us, and we used to call the grass Jumanji, right? So I'm like, did you find that guy? Right. And how long did it take you to find that guy? Oh, now you want to find me because the issue is that this flower bed that I'm making is going to be the best on the block. And this HOA lady is actually upset that I'm outdo her. So she's trying to preemptively take the money out of my account so that I'm not able to finish it. But I tell you what.
She's a hater.
Peggy Sue,
big time hater.
Maggie, Karen, whatever your name is, I'm coming for you. I'm at the best yard on the block.
Listen,
coming for you.
I can help you out. I was raised by a Karen, so I can step in.
Is that your mom's real name, Emily?
It is actually her real name.
I need
Karen.
your mom to call my Karen on my block and say, hey, leave this guy alone. He's a good guy. He's trying to get it done.
My mom's a really nice Karen, but I will say I have seen her at the Kohl's checkout and she will get those. She'll use those Kohl's cash.
They didn't give her the bucks and she threw a fit, to be honest with you. Yeah. She's not allowed within 300 feet.
I've witnessed some things.
Derek, how much, I mean, this is a personal question. I mean, you can just do over or under. Because my HOA is through the freaking roof. Are you paying over 4?
No, I'm not.
I'm paying over 5.
Jesus.
What, a
for
month
my
or year?
HOA.
You said
5
a month?
hundo plus more than 500. Yeah, closer to 600. Yeah,
Absolutely.
for my HOA.
$600 a month.
To do what?
Yeah.
What do they do for that?
To judge you?
So they
Do they
so
cut
number
your
one,
grass?
Yeah, they cut my grass.
Okay, that's all right.
They replace
Okay.
the entire roof. They take care of all insurance, and then I live in the middle of a protected like ravine, and so it's like money that has to go towards that. But it's insane. Like I don't really have a lot of grass to cut, but HOAs, and then I've got $100 fine because I left my garbage cans out. Too long. I actually pulled them up. They were just on the garage, but because they weren't inside the garage, I got fined $100 for that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So I know my HOA is pretty tough.
Listen, if you're gonna buy a house, ask where does the HOA board member live, and then just
Make sure you don't live
there.
next to. Yeah.
Don't live there, because you look at now. Listen, her yard is nice. Like she has garden gnomes. She has a big angel. She's supposed to be, I'm assuming she's some sort of Christian because there's Christian stuff everywhere. But it's like, okay, you're a Christian, so now you're going to try to get everybody in trouble. You being a snitch. Don't be that kind of Christian. Don't be the snitchy
Feels like
Christian.
you're going to have a Christmas with the Cranks type of Christmas where it's like everyone's in competition with each other. A top like Clark Griswold Christmas where your next door neighbor is going to try to outdo you with the lawn, with the Christmas decorations, with the Halloween stuff. Sounds like you have some competition, and she's trying to take your legs out.
She's about to crank me up because I'm about to get me a life-size angel and put it in the front of the yard.
And make it
hers.
like 3 inches bigger than
You
the
have
one
to,
that she has.
honestly, the angel has to be black just to see what happens in the neighborhood.
It's going to be the Jesus picture that's black with his shirt off with the dreads.
I had a friend of mine.
Sword.
I had a friend of mine that I remember going to his house, and his family was from Kingston, Jamaica. And I remember the sweetest family. I'd eat over his house like 3 times a week. But every Santa Claus and every like figure was black in his figure. Or like all of them, right?
I'm about to send you the exact picture.
Please
is because
do.
I know the exact picture that it is.
Here's a true story. In his house, when you walked in, true story. His name. I want to tell his name, but as soon as you walk into his house, there was 4 horsemen, like literally 4 men on a horse, and one of those, 3 of them were black, and then one of them was Bill Clinton. I'm dead serious. They were all on a horse. One was Obama. It was Bill Clinton. And it was like Martin Luther King. And then like somebody else. I think it was maybe even Farrakhan. But 4 men. I remember, I wish we had camera phones, but I remember walking. It was an oil painting. And it was this huge portrait. And I was like, wow, like this is like if I had this at my house, it'd be like Italian actors. Like it'd be Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, like all the Italian type things. But he had that. And I was like, I love this house. It just...
Check the chat, and if this picture wasn't in your Jamaican homie's house, I'll send you $10.
Okay. It's like no, for 100%. No. It was very similar because I remember telling him, I'm like, when did Jesus have dreads? I promise you, it was a different face, but I remember telling him, I'm like, how did Jesus have dread? When did Jesus have dreads? And his parents didn't go to the church. He was on the band. And so he was just one of the best musicians you've ever seen, but his family didn't go to church. But I'm like, when did Jesus have dreads? And so, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's the gospel according to someone else.
Yes.
I don't have an HOA. I lived in an HOA before this, and I moved into a non-HOA. There's pros and cons, Derek. I just want to get back to the frustration is that they're on you for your yard not looking nice. But the benefit is all the yards in your neighborhood looks nice. You know what I'm saying? Like
we don't have an HOA in my neighborhood in California, and there's a house that's lime green, and then there's a house that's sky blue. So
that's
sometimes the HOA does help out because I'm like, this house is literally a lime green house.
Right.
And then the house next to it's sky blue. It looks like Emily's room, right? The sunroom you said. Okay. The next house is yellow. It looks like I live with the Wiggles. They all look like Teletubby houses. It's just the craziest thing I've ever. I'm dead serious.
We talked about that before the recordings.
Yeah. She was saying that she painted her room orange and yellow, and her parents should have been the
HOA. Her new apartment.
She had a in middle school, I had a baseball fan. I know all about that. Like you have this weird stuff growing up.
Speaking of Emily's interior design style, we were this morning in a staff meeting.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
One of our staffers traveled last night to visit her in-laws. And so she was working from her mother-in-law's home office. And the second she came on, my jaw dropped because the entire room was a shrine to Barbra Streisand.
No way. Are you serious?
Dude.
Multiple cardboard cutouts
Dude,
of Barbara
full-size
Streisand.
cutouts, signed everything. We would literally, she like took the camera and went around, gave us a tour of all the memorabilia. It was insanity. And
Barbara Streisand?
Yeah.
Dude, and Emily was like, we were trying to do the math of like, who loves Barbara that much? I was like, listen, when Barbara's like feelings and that movies and the shore and whatever it was like 80, like her mom was 25 then. Like that was the biggest star of that time. I was like, it's like Emily with Taylor Swift right now.
Wow.
And we realized when Emily is 70 years old, she's going to have Taylor Swift shrines in her house. And then she got inspired. Like, why wait? Like she then was like, why can't I just redecorate my room now full of Taylor Swift stuff?
Incredible.
So I think Emily's going to turn into like the crazy Barbara Streisand mother-in-law, but
wow.
Unironically with Taylor Swift.
I will say I did get some inspiration. She had multiple cardboard cutouts and like signed
I'm still
memorabilia.
trying to process. Like, where do you even get a cardboard cutout?
It was probably one of the funniest staff meetings that we've had in my entire time working here, because I will confess now, Cameron didn't look at a single thing anyone was doing. I was staring straight at one of the Barbara Streisand cutouts that was like right over her shoulder. And it was hilarious. I loved it.
It was great. But anyway, that's going to be Emily's interior design style is just Taylor Swift.
And everyone's going to be jealous.
For your birthday, we're going to get you a Taylor Swift cutout.
Please.
Or
just
a
every
comforter.
year, just stack them up. Yeah.
A Taylor Swift comforter.
Yeah,
for
Those like
about-
Mexican blankets with just like a face where she's like airbrushed. Taylor Swift's airbrushed.
if I
Going
can
to the fair tomorrow, so I could probably get you one there.
Well, I was going to say,
They
I can
airbrush it.
Photoshop a picture of me and Taylor, get that on a blanket.
Yeah. Get it
And then
woven.
I think that feels like the best option. We agree. Yeah.
I love it. Derek's doing his outside for his neighborhood, his HOA. You're going to redo your inside for your,
there we go.
Lean into it.
And I live in an apartment, so the HOA doesn't exist. They can't get onto me.
Except when your maintenance guy comes over to fix something, he's going to see your shrine that you live in. He's going to be very troubled and call the authorities.
He's going to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. We need a wellness check
Here's
on
the
this
thing.
one.
When the maintenance guy does come in, my goal is for him to get out of there as quickly as possible, because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't want to watch him fix, my alarm or whatever it is. But I'm also like, can you leave? Like, I was watching a show when I called you in my kitchen.
That's hilarious.
And it's always at the worst time, right? When he shows up, it's going to be like right when you finally got a chance to sit down, about to watch that show, and then you're going to hear,
You know what though? You have it good. You don't realize how good you have it, Emily. Yes, that's annoying, but you have a maintenance guy you can just call and he'll come fix whatever.
It's beautiful.
The three of us.
Yeah,
Man,
we have to go.
We got to go to Home Depot.
Did you guys ever have like growing up have like a maintenance guy comes to the house and your dad or your mom was like, can you just like stay in the room with him, like watch him? That was always the worst job to have. I would always like he'd be working in the kitchen and I had to pretend to watch TV, and like I always felt a little weird about it. Like I had to like be focused and talk to him, but at the same time I was trying to watch The Wire. I don't know. Like I always had those parents that made me stay with the maintenance guy. Like, oh, he's going to be in your sister's room. You should be in there and watch him and wait with him.
You just brought up bad memories of when the guy who was cleaning the house stole my son's wallet.
Oh, yeah. I would stay in the room with him.
Derek, you need help hiring help. You were talking about you got 50-year-old rappers doing your lawn. You get robbed by your housekeepers. You need to use Angie's
stop hiring
list.
rappers.
Getting robbed by HOAs. You got
like,
it.
stop
getting
hiring
robbed by
rappers.
the HOA, bro. Like I have a bad judge of character, man. I just feel
You
like
have a
that's
big
what
heart,
it is.
man.
I have a
You're too
bad judge
trusting.
of character.
It's got a
Too
big heart.
trusting.
Yeah, I got a bad judge of character, bro.
I'll teach you how to be mean.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a
No,
good
it's
thing.
an
Lead
awful
with that.
thing.
It's a good thing. You just get taken advantage of. You're robbed.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we have a great show in store for you. Coming up later, I'm so excited about today's show. Coming up later, Deb Fileta joins us. She's an amazing therapist. She's a relationship expert. We've published her work over the years. You don't want to miss that conversation. We have slices coming up, but at the end of the show, it's officially Olympic time. So we have something we did, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I don't remember if it was the Winter Olympics or they had a delayed Olympics because of the pandemic. I don't remember, but we did the Relevant Podcast Olympics and we're bringing it back. We're doing the Relevant Podcast Olympics. We got some challenges for you guys. It's going to be fun. Oh man, I cannot wait. Actually, we're going to do a two-parter. We're going to do it next week when Jesse's back too. So part 1 of the Relevant Podcast Olympics. All right, stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices. You're listening to Karen O and Danger Mouse. The song is Super Breath. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Mercy Ships. Globally, 5 billion people lack access to surgical care. In sub-Saharan Africa, there's only one surgeon for every 200,000 people. Mercy Ships provides free, life-transforming surgeries for people who have little to no access to medical care. They help the blind see, straighten twisted limbs, remove deadly tumors, treat cleft conditions, and so much more. With state-of-the-art hospital ships, they provide safe surgery to children and adults living with treatable conditions, and it's completely free of charge. They do all this work with an all-volunteer crew of professionals who donate their time and talents. Surgeons, stewards, nurses, engineers, and more make the world a better place. Your donation today provides free, safe surgeries to people in desperate need of help. All gifts are matched, so please donate today at mercyships.org/relevant. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Tim Tebow's book, Look Again. Have you ever wondered what would change if you truly believed you were infinitely valuable to God? In his New York Times bestselling book, Look Again, Tim Tebow reveals the powerful truth that when we learn to see the image of God in every person, including those we struggle to love, everything changes. Tebow shares incredible stories from his work with people the world often overlooks, and it will challenge you to stand up to the lies, rediscover the worth that everyone has, and impact the world for good. Find Look Again by Tim Tebow, available now wherever books are sold. All right, it's time for
Slices.
What do you have, Emily?
Yeah, I want to talk about this court case from Ohio that happened last week because personally, I'm not sure if I agree with the court's ruling, and I just kind of wanted to get y'all's opinion on the issue.
Is it HOA related? Because we have strong opinions about that.
Strong.
It is not. It is
Strong.
not.
Dang.
We're moving on to something that I think it might even be more controversial, but
Oh my goodness. My heart can't take it.
So on Thursday, Ohio's Supreme Court ruled that chicken wings advertised as boneless can actually contain bones in them.
What?
Yeah, we need to talk about replacing these judges.
That's what I'm saying. This to me is like
We need
the most insane
judicial
thing.
reform now.
Yeah, we need reform.
When I first saw this, I was like, really? Like, this is what the Supreme
These are
Court's
the
fighting about?
real
But then
issues.
I realized, like, oh, you picked the wrong choice, though. So we do actually have to talk about this. So let me explain what happened. So this man, Michael Berkheimer, he ate some wings that he thought were boneless at a restaurant. And then a few days later, he developed a fever. And so he went to the emergency room, and the doctor discovered there was a long, thin bone that had torn his esophagus and caused an infection.
Oh.
Yeah, that's intense. We feel bad for him. So he sued the restaurant for negligence and argued that it should have warned him that the boneless wings could have bones in them. And so this made it all the way up to the Ohio Supreme Court, because I guess nothing else is going on in Ohio. I really don't know. But the Supreme Court ruled 4-3. So this was a tense judgment, but they ruled 4-3 in favor of the restaurant, saying a diner reading boneless wings on a menu would no more believe that the restaurant was warranting the absence of bones in the items than believe that the items were made from chicken wings, just as a person eating chicken fingers would know that he had not been served fingers. That's the basis of their argument.
Okay.
Man, they have no culture. No culture.
And I'm like, that feels wrong to me. Like I don't know what to do about it. Like, we need to help the Ohioans.
We need to take down big boneless,
Of
man.
course it would happen in Ohio. It just makes sense. I don't know why.
We need to take down the wing infrastructure. Like
I agree.
They've got out of control.
Boneless chicken wings is called chicken tenders. That's it. Why are you trying to call it boneless chicken wings? Just call it tenders or nuggets. That's what it is.
Exactly. So I need the other 49 states to actually get together and bully Ohio right now. That's really what I'm trying to do as a call to action here.
Yeah.
But I read it and I was like, this is like, democracy in action, but like, we got it wrong this time. And we just need to we got to own up to it.
We got it wrong this time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. What do you have, Marty?
All right. What's going on, guys? So recent article came out about Andre 3000 talking about the state of hip hop. And so in his opinion, he feels like a lot of the artists that are coming out, they all sound the same. And so a couple of remarks that he gave in the article talks about how when they are developing Outkast, if they were to come out too early, they would have just sounded like all of their influences. And so this comes right after the fact that LL Cool J kind of criticized him for saying that he just doesn't know what to rap about right now. He doesn't have anything to say. And so my opinion is that his opinion is that artists are just not taking the time to develop their craft in the early years of their career. And I want to kind of get your guys' opinion on this because it's an interesting thought. It is true. A lot of artists do sound the same right now. And I would probably say that it's not specifically to just hip hop. There are a lot of songs, Katy Perry, Woman, that sound like anybody could have sang them. Anybody could. It could have been, it's a generic Chat GPT song. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think about that? What would help artists, number one, find their identity? Derek, you own a label. Maybe you could probably speak into this a little bit more. But all of us are music fans. And it's true. A lot of these artists are sounding the same. What advice would you give, Derek, about artists that are coming out and trying to find their sound, trying to develop themselves?
It's tough because I don't think this is just a music thing. I think this is mostly an entertainment thing. Is we're watching a season of entertainment where people are developing online. Like when you look at Kai Cenat or I Show Speed or even Mr. Beast, like these guys have developed online. They're way better. If you go back to a Mr. Beast video 5 years ago.
Oh gosh, I saw one recently. It was like,
the one where it counts to 1 million.
Cringe, bad.
It's like a haunted room almost. It's haunted. The room is like it looks like the room I record in right now.
But now he's bigger than anything that would be on network television. And I just think we're just in a different season. So it's hard for music because music isn't as vast as the other multimedia things. Like it's like a song is a song is a song, right? So I guess if there was any tips, I think I'm gonna give the tip to the listeners to just know, one, most of these artists are developing in real time. The artists you see now, you probably won't see in 3 years. They're going to be different. They're going to find themselves more. But then for those artists, I would say don't feel the need to rush. You got your whole life to be an artist. And the thing that I've noticed is I've watched some art. Nobody's really prepared for success to come on them, but I've watched some artists manage that a lot better than others because they had time to find themselves. So when the success came, they were able to, it didn't feel like going to the casino and trying to do it again. It just felt like, okay, I know who I am. I'm going to keep building on this. So I just think it's really us being patient and not take the route of I don't have time. Like you have all the time in the world to build your art and your craft.
But think about how that applied to Andre 3000. Like the way they came up, you mentioned the article talked about, he said, like if we had started making music earlier, we would have just sounded like what was going on in the late 80s, Big Daddy Kane or, whoever else. They would have had a different kind of rhyme style. But they came out in 94, Southern Playlist of Cadillac Music, and they sounded like nobody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was a different, they introduced a new sound to hip hop. And it was texture. Like, right. And it was like, that took time to bake. And like, could that even happen these days? Because now if I'm starting to rap and I'm starting to come up and this is a lane I want to get into, I'm throwing stuff on TikTok immediately. I'm throwing stuff on, I'm just throwing it out there. And like you're saying, Mr. Beast kind of like grew up in front of our eyes. But Outkast, because of how the music industry used to work, the lack of social media, they did take time 5 years to go hone their craft, find their own sound, A&R themselves, develop, get their scene, and then they came out, right?
Yeah.
Nobody could do that these days. Yeah. You just you don't become a new artist like that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you develop as an artist and take time? Like you just said, Derek, how does an artist take time when the industry just left you behind? Like you've got to get out now.
I would even say, like, if I channel my inner Jesse, I would probably say,
what was the issue for?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was channeling. I felt like he was just
a reverse exorcism. The spirit of Jesse was coming into him.
Yeah. All right. My issue right now is that he said this on last week or last Tuesday, but he said that there's so many good-looking people in like Twister, right? And so it's like you don't really believe it. Music's the same way. They'll sign a model that has no experience in writing, who has a decent voice because they know it could work. And so I was reading this article because I just saw Deadpool last night. And one of the songs that was featured was like A Prayer by Madonna. And obviously that song has a lot of controversy, but Madonna kind of tailored the lyrics. She rewrote a lot of the lyrics to kind of make it the way she wanted. Nowadays, people are given hit songs and they don't even customize them. It's just Take it. That's it. They don't rework it. They don't think about how do I personalize this, make it about me. That's another issue, is that you can make a hit song. It's just going to be a generic hit song. And then if you don't customize it and get in there and get in the weeds of it, you're going to just drop a generic song. It's like, that doesn't connect to anybody. It's just a good song. There's a lot of artists who have great songs that just don't connect to anybody. You just know them by their one song. And so I think that I love what Andre 3000 is saying, is because he's just saying, cultivate, take your time, work on yourself. I think, Derek, what you're saying makes sense, but I think that a lot of artists they get their mic, they get a computer, they get a interface, and they're off to the race. It's like, hey, let's start right now and see what happens, instead of thinking I should develop myself. I should go to school. I should do something with my gift. It's not a gift. It's a business now.
Right.
Dude, I think the Andre thing is so interesting to look at, like the authenticity of his art versus just trying to like be famous, make a hit, make money. Because like even in Southern Playlistic Cadillac Music, like he has a verse talking about how like his friend group, people around him in Atlanta are coming up to him. He was getting famous and is like, hey man, what kind of car you drive? How much you get paid? And Andre is like, dude, I'm just like you, man. You live week to week, check to check. I live check to check too, beat to beat. And it's like, like if you're not moving your feet, I'm not getting paid. Like we're in the same struggle, buddy. Like don't idolize my life. And it was so contrarian to that era of hip hop, which was all about bling.
Flex,
and think about it. It was the early days of like Snoop and Dre and Puffy. And like, it was all about that. And he's going, he just stripped all that and he was authentic. And so for him to say now at 50 going, hey, I'm doing the flute thing because like that's what he's artistically pursuing, even though I know it's going to be a commercial flop. I know you're going to be confused by it. I don't care. I'm going to see this through. And then maybe it'll inspire me to make something else down the road. But right now I'm not trying to like fit your expectations of me. I'm not trying to fit what music is doing. No, this is what's authentically coming out of me. And it's like, he's just saying, I'm going to be who I am, take it or leave it. I'm going to go away for 15 years and do nothing other than a couple of features. I'm going to do flute. I love that about him. And that's why he's singular. To me, he's not, I mean, he's my number one. I mean, like everybody would say top 5, but like, I don't see any artists like that right now. Cause it's like, oh, I got to do whatever I got to do for the TikTok algorithm. I got to do whatever I got to, they're like pandering to what success is supposed to look like. And
that era is over.
That
era also is over. The short form era is almost getting to the end. I was with somebody yesterday who was in literally head of capital, right? He's one of the guys who are in charge of all these strategies. And he's like, we're getting to the point now where we're just hiring the people who made a viral video for somebody else. So it's like, hey, let's get Forrest Frank's guy, but that's not going to solve your problem. It's not going to help you connect to a fan base. And we're mimicking each other, hopefully breaking through, but it's not working.
The pendulum will swing. The pendulum will swing, right? Back to artistry, you think?
I was going to say the problem we all have right now is connectivity. I don't even think that's a music entertainment. I think that's a human thing we're having right now. And I think that the artists that are going to stand out in the next 5-10 years, the politicians that are going to stand out in the next 5 to 10 years are the people that can bring people into a world and help be the ringleader of that world. Yeah. Hate it or love it. You can hate this guy. I'm not trying to be political, but one thing Donald Trump has done excellent is he's created a culture, and the people that are in the culture feel cared for. The people that are in the culture feel seen.
That's right.
And they feel like that he represents what they care about. Whether the people outside or not don't like it or not. Actually, if the people outside of it don't like it, that's actually better for them, because now it seems like Trump he's paying a price for serving them. Everyone wants to feel like a price is being paid for them. So I think the same thing with artists. I think the thing with politicians, the people, I think the thing with podcasts, whatever. It's about connection. People need connection. And the short form thing was cool when we just needed entertainment because we were bored at the house, locked down. But hey, life's back.
Yes.
And it's not slowing down. It's not getting any slower. I mean, you got an assassination attempt one day. You got presidents dropping out of races. You got shootings. We got good stuff too. You got Deadpool. You got Marvel throwing stuff at you. You have to create a community to where people feel seen. I think, and even the church has, like I was talking to a person yesterday, we were watching our kids play football, and he said, you know, the thing I miss about church, he said, it's not necessarily the messages, because I feel like I can Google most of the stuff that the pastor's talking about. He's like, man, I miss like gatherings, barbecues, hangouts. He's like, that's what I miss about church more than anything. He's like, I just haven't found a church that it feels like family when I walk in. And, you know, that's hard. It's going to be harder in Nashville, because Nashville's kind of like Hollywood for churches. But I think if you have a church that's like that, appreciate it. But that's my soapbox.
Man, Nashville's always been like that. When I lived there, stinking 20 years ago, it was like, oh, what church you go to? Oh, and then they're like, who else goes there? Oh, I'm at one of the cool hot churches. And it's like, man, it stinks that hasn't changed. It was like that with coffee shops. Like you'd be at a coffee shop because this is the coffee shop where all the important people come to. And then like you're talking to somebody and they're looking over your shoulder to see who else just walked in. To see if they're more important. LA too. Dude, I can't stand that. I was like, get me out of here. That was the thing I couldn't connect
same exact thing in LA.
That's why I moved to Nashville.
Side, Just
kidding.
And I was gonna say the thing about Nashville with those churches 20 years ago, a lot of those churches are not here. The cool churches, they're not here anymore. Or if they're here, they're limping. And it's because their only draw was the cool factor. It wasn't community. And then you get sniffed out over time. And then people go to look for more communities. And then you see the new hot churches that spring up. Most of them are around community. It's like, man, we're meeting in this high school, and man, we prayed for 2 hours for each other and all of that. And it's like, those are the churches that are getting the fire. And I think when the churches forget that, that's when they begin to struggle.
I went to I eschewed all the hot big churches and went to a little 100-person vineyard church by the airport. And I love found community.
I feel like I've been doing the same thing here in California. Like, I'm kind of over celebrity church. Like I'm over all the simplicity of the gospel and the simplicity of like fasting and praying together and just gathering and the authenticity of just not having lights to me is so attractive. And I think that same thing with music, like short form video, everyone's doing it. So now it's not special anymore. It's like, what's the next thing? And I hope that the clickbait songs, people are just like, I'm over it. I don't want clickbait. I want an actual song that connects to me.
You know what I think the tipping point? I think the tipping point, honestly, is this Katy Perry song. I think everybody.
You might be right, actually, because that is a good case in point right now.
Formulaic, terrible pop, generic pop that everybody's going, we just jumped the shark here. This is literally the Fonz jumping the shark in his leather jacket, the Katy Perry song. That everybody's going, I want something better than this. And I think the music industry pendulum will swing.
You're right. I think you're 100%.
Yeah, I think it was either Derek Marty, you said this earlier, but I think the key factor here is the authenticity, because I liked Katy Perry in 2012 because I felt like she actually believed the song she was singing.
I liked her when she was Katie Hudson and dating the guy.
That was her real name? Katie Hudson?
Chill out.
She was a Christian pop star.
I know she was dating, and until she dated the guy
Reliant
from...
K.
No. Travie McCoy from Gym Class Heroes, and then she did Coke, and everything changed.
Everything changed. She was dating Matt Thiessen from Reliant K when I was living in Nashville. She was just Katie Hudson, little pop star. Yeah. And all of a sudden, she got all secular.
There you go. That's what happened. But I do think it's the authenticity thing, because like we were talking, I do think there are artists who are very authentic and very uniquely themselves. Like it is far and few between, but I think they are there. And I think you see them getting, like, I think of Maggie Rogers. I think of Chappell Roan, who are doing things that are, maybe we've heard something similar to it, but right now in this moment, it is very uniquely them. And I think they are having massive success and blowing up really big, as opposed to these either Katy Perry type songs or these TikTok stars, like you said, who they put out one song to try things and it happens to go viral. And then they're like, well, shoot, now I have to make every song sound like that. And it's like, that you were just trying something out and it happened to click, but now you've kind of like, you feel stuck in that. And I think if artists can just feel free to experiment, feel free to try things out. Like have fun, be creative.
It's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to step out. And that's an issue. It's hard to be different. It's hard to like what you like and show people that you don't like what everyone else likes. And then it's hard. And one of the things I was telling my buddy the other day is like, one of the reasons why I think artists do sign these contracts and then have to do songs like this is because we have a deep need as artists, as creatives, to have validation by a company or by anybody. You know, we know people love the music, but that validation of being like, wow, I'm being pursued by a major, by somebody who really doesn't care about you. They just want to, you know, profit off your music. But that idea of like, wow, I'm being pursued by somebody really resonates with an artist in a very bad, unhealthy way, because you will sign your life away. But we need the validation. It's crazy.
We just put up an interview on the last podcast with Pat Barrett, worship leader, on Friday, had a album come out. And the conversation wasn't about his album. The conversation was about being intentional about pulling away. Like he did the album that he was talking about was he did Hidden, like right? a corporate worship album, and then he did a hidden. Happily Hidden, because it was kind of for quiet time. And being is like this for your devotional time, to separate yourself, be intentional about grounding yourself every day. It's not corporate worship, it's something else. And so that got him talking about, you know, the intentionality of like shutting off your phone and creating space. And then it kind of morphed into phone addiction / social media. It was a fascinating conversation. And he started talking about social media and like how we engage it so thoughtlessly and how we consume it and how we post on it. Why are we posting on social media? Whether you're an artist, whether you're just a mom, whether you're whatever, you're looking for validation. And it's like, well, you can say, no, I'm just trying to chronicle life, you know, regular life with my kids and post it. He's like, well, why'd you post it on Facebook? Yeah. Like, why that platform? If you're just chronicling, just keep it in your camera roll. No, you're looking for validation. You're looking for feedback. You're looking for, you guys look amazing, or I love your, man, what an amazing house, or they look so happy. You're looking for that. What is that in us that is looking for validation? Like not just artists wanting label validation and awards and accolades, but we all have that in our lives in some level. And it's interesting that social media has maybe like brought that out in a way that didn't exist 15 years ago. I mean, like, I don't remember wrestling with that 15 years ago, but it is absolutely a conscious thought. Now, granted, I haven't posted on social media in multiple years, but you know, like, because I saw it happening.
You really don't post at all.
But it's a trap. I consume. But it is a thing of like, why am I posting? Why am I needing likes? Why am I checking who saw that story? Why am I checking?
Because guess what's happening? It's because the companies that run these companies are seeding this idea to influencers. And they're like, hey, if you want to be successful like these influencers, we need more content. But the only thing that more content helps, only people it helps, is the platforms themselves. Do you know how many artists I know that are successful influencers and they can't get one person? Like their Spotify numbers are like 1/50th of their social media numbers. And it's because people aren't connecting with the music. They just thought the video was funny. Right? As in with a person like myself, I just use social media how I want to use it. I'm consistent, but I use it kind of how I want to use it. But I have actual fans. And I think that's it's a community. That's what I'm saying for everyone. We all are lacking community. It's not a music thing. It's a human thing right now. And I think because of the big tech, quote unquote, they've seeded this idea that success with people is just quantity, but that only helps them because now they can say, hey, look at all this traffic we got. You can run ads against that traffic because we're popping, right? That's what I think.
It's being self-aware of what is my motivation here. What am I consuming or producing this for? Like, what am I doing this for? If you can be self-aware, not just social media, anything in our life. Like, we need to be intentional about margin and rest and, you know, vision and, you know, like there's just things that you need to be aware of as you mature. And I think people, you know, obviously their brains are being rewired younger because of social media and stuff like that. But like, if we can collectively start talking about this again, it's not just social media. It's our careers. It's our family, intentionality, how we dress or why we dress the way we dress. I'm wearing a freaking Piggly Wiggly hat right now. Like, just just, like being aware of why we're doing what we're doing. And I think that is something that in culture, I'm thinking about Andre again. I'm just thinking about Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, nah, this is what I want to do. And I'm going to commit myself to it. I'm going to be authentically real about it. And if you don't connect with it, that's okay. That doesn't affect who I am. Like, I'm going to keep evolving, and you're going to be able to see it and take it or leave it. And I respect the heck out of that, So anyway.
Respectable.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, Derek, we have run out of time for your slice, so hold it for next week. All right. All right.
Got it.
Okay. Stay tuned. Up next, therapist, author, Deb Fileta joins us. You're listening to Total Tommy. The song is Adeline. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by John Mark Comer's book, Garden City, a book that speaks to the tension we all feel between work, rest, and purpose. The New York Times bestselling author John Mark Comer takes us to the scriptures to identify what it really means to be human and flips the script on the idea that who you are matters, not what you do. He shows that God created us for meaningful work and meaningful rest. Both matter. This book helps you ask and answer the big questions. Does God care where I work? Is there a direction for my life? So you can discern God's heart for your calling, your rhythms, and the way His Spirit wants to shape every part of your life. If you're longing for purpose and a more grounded way to live, check out the new hardcover edition of Garden City wherever books are sold. Well, today's show is brought to you in part by the new book, God, the Science, the Evidence. We talk a lot about faith, but how often do we talk about science in the same breath? You might be surprised to discover just how deeply the two actually agree. For centuries, science has been used to dismiss the idea of God, but today an intellectual revolution is underway. Modern discoveries in physics, cosmology, and biology are consistently revealing the same truth: creation isn't an accident. That profound reversal is what engineers Michel-Yves Bolloré and Olivier Bonassi investigate in their international bestseller, God, the Science, the Evidence. This book is a rigorous, evidence-based critique of materialism, inviting you to explore over a dozen scientific, philosophical, and historical domains. It shows that what was once seemed impossible, that science could point to a creator, is now supported by a vast and convergent body of evidence. With over 400,000 copies sold in Europe, this book is sparking a global debate. It's thoughtful, fascinating, and a powerful reminder that reason itself affirms the existence of God. Learn more and find out where you can purchase your copy today by visiting godthesciencetheevidence.com. Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Erwin McManus's book, The Barbarian Way. Some books don't just inspire you, they confront you. The Barbarian Way, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, is one of those books. If you felt the pull of God towards something deeper and wilder than the safe, predictable version of faith that we settle for, McManus reminds us that following Jesus was never meant to be tame. It's meant to awaken courage, passion, and purpose God placed inside us. He draws from the wild stories of Abel, Noah, Moses, Rahab, and others to remind us that following God wasn't meant to be tame. Safe faith isn't working. Step into the story God is writing for you. Choose passion, choose boldness, choose the Barbarian Way. Available now wherever books are sold. Our guest today is Debra Fileta. She's a licensed counselor and trusted friend of the show. She's also the author of several books, including her latest, Soul Care. We sat down with her to talk about the importance of taking care of yourself and how to prevent burnout in every area of life. Here's our conversation with Deb Fileta.
So your new book, Soul Care, is about the 6 rhythms that help us take better care of ourselves. I'd love to know, what's the difference between soul care and self-care?
Well, it's funny because, first of all, I think soul care, if for nothing else, is much easier to digest for the average Christian than self-care. Like, self-care tends to cause this response in Christians of like, oh, you can't focus on yourself, and self-care is not healthy, it's selfish, it's satanic, it's whatever. So we have this response to self-care. And I think part of that response is valid because the way our culture talks about self-care is so superficial. It's like a mani-pedi, a warm bath, and that will solve all the problems in your world, you know? But so sometimes we have a very superficial view of what it means to care for yourself. But ultimately, the idea of pouring in so that we can pour out is healthy, it's biblical. And I like the term soul care because it's much deeper than just these superficial actions. It's long-lasting, deeply rooted healing and filling up. And Soul Care is a book that unpacks the 6 rhythms that Jesus himself practiced during his time on earth to stay filled, and how we can do the same. You know, if Jesus himself was able to recognize that he, being fully God, still had limited human capacity, and he honored that capacity, how much more do we need to care for our souls? And I think a lot of us tend to function on empty. Like we're literally just running on fumes sometimes, and we think that's the Christian way, when really that's the enemy's way. Because what's the opposite of letting your light shine brightly, like the Bible tells us? The opposite of that is burnout. Your light is snuffed out and you've got nothing left to give. But God, he wants us to live abundantly. The Bible talks about life in all its fullness, life abundant. And so I really think soul care is different than self-care in the sense that it goes much deeper.
I love that you use Jesus's life as an example of self-care because that's not really a common message we hear. And I'm curious, why do you think that's self-care is a message that so many Christians try to ignore?
That's a really good question. So it's funny when you start reading Soul Care, I think most people expect that we're just going to dive in to the 6 rhythms that Jesus practiced. Okay, tell me about them. But if you start to practice the 6 rhythms without really getting to the root of why this has been difficult for you to begin with, without really getting to the root of your underlying belief system about caring for your soul, you're eventually going to get it wrong again. You know, maybe you'll set boundaries for a few days or a few months, and maybe you'll start trying to take care of your body a little bit better or getting more rest or whatever, the 6 rhythms. But if you're not getting to the root of your why, like, why has this been a struggle for you? What is the belief system underneath the surface that has prevented you from really caring for yourself the way that God wants you to? If you don't face that and address that, you're just going to keep functioning out of an unhealthy belief system that's going to lead you to self-neglect. What happens when we get to self-neglect? It's interesting because as Christians, oftentimes we think the selfless thing to do is focus on everybody else at the expense of ourselves. But when you're depleted and drained and burnt out and tired, the only person you can think of in that moment is yourself. You know, self-neglect ultimately leads to selfishness because we're self-absorbed. We're tired. We have nothing left to give. We feel awful. And so Christians really struggle with this because we believe that it's wrong to care for ourselves, when really it's our duty to stay filled so that we can continue to pour out the way that God has called us to. Filled people are so much more effective for the kingdom than burnt out, empty people. And I think when we can start getting to the roots of some of those belief systems, in the first 5 chapters, I unpack that some of these belief systems come from childhood and the roles we carried in childhood that made us believe that if we don't do it, nobody else will, or that we have some responsibility to do more than our fair share, or that we shouldn't say no and set limits. There's a lot of roles we carry from childhood, but then there's also some beliefs that we falsely carry through religion and faith and the church, messages that have gotten misconstrued to make us believe that it's wrong to fill up and care for ourselves. So we got to start with unpacking some of those beliefs.
I think a lot of Christians, especially ones who serve or volunteer in ministries, they don't realize until it's too late that they need to practice some soul care, right? So how can we determine when it's time to maybe recalibrate our lives and take a step back from some things?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to realize that we have to have a healthy approach to ministry. I think where it gets especially tricky is ministry, because we believe that this is kingdom work and this is so important, and it's like souls are at stake, and all of that is true. But when you look at the life of Jesus, he had 3 years of ministry. 3 years, right? He started ministry around age 30. He was crucified around age 33. Before that, there's not much said about his ministry life until he left the desert after those 40 days and entered the ministry. So you would think he would be like, we got to get stuff done, people. We got to go, 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 go. We can't stop. That wasn't his approach at all. Jesus took time to stop, to rest, to tune in, to stay filled, to withdraw and be with God. He paced himself. And I believe the more filled he was, the more he was able to pour out. So sometimes we're more effective when we pull back and fill up. It's like the work that we do is even more effective. And not only that, I think there's a level of humility, kind of like facing our pride, because pride makes us think we are the only ones that can do this and we can do it best. But what if when we pull back, it gives others a chance to step up? What if when we pull back, it allows us to watch God fill in the gaps, because I don't have anything left. And God has to come through here because this is all I've got. What if when we offer the little that we have and don't try to overcompensate and do more than we can, Jesus takes the loaves and the fish and multiplies them. And it's like, there's no self-sufficiency there. You know it was him when you watch the things that he does without you. This is all I have, God. This is my limits. I have a limited capacity. And I think when we honor our capacity, we watch God's spirit move and we realize that he doesn't need us. He invites us into ministry. And I think we have to even tweak our attitude about ministry and realize that some of us who can't say no, and some of us who feel like we have to do it all, those belief systems are actually coming from an unhealthy place, usually from childhood, usually a role where you had to do it all. You had to fill in the gaps. You had to put your needs on the back burner. You had to take care of everybody else. And then we take those roles and we carry them into ministry rather than doing ministry in a healthy way.
One of the things you talk about in your book is the importance of taking care of your physical body just as much as your spiritual body. And I'm curious, how do you see physical health connected to our spiritual health?
Yeah, well, it's really hard to do what God has called us to do when we don't feel well. It's really hard to go to Judea and Samaria and the ends of the earth when we're sick and tired and depleted. It's really hard to be a light that shines in our communities and our families and our neighborhoods when we're feeling burnt out. And so it goes hand in hand, because we need to have healthy bodies. We need to be a healthy temple in order to do what God has called us to do. And there's a percentage of that that's outside of our control, but there's a big percentage of that that's in our control. During the section of Nourish, which is one of the rhythms that Jesus practiced, which focuses on movement, hydration, and nutrition, I kind of joke about the fact that it might not be a demon. You know, sometimes it's like, you know what, I didn't drink enough water today. I'm dehydrated. I'm cranky. I feel sick. I'm nauseous. I have a headache. And I'm like, this is spiritual warfare. Well, maybe it's actually just self-neglect and you need to pause and fill up and nourish your body and care for yourself so that you can function at your best. And so these go together, because I think sometimes we neglect ourselves and then we call it spiritual warfare when really we're warring against ourselves by not focusing in and caring for our souls. You know, I had an episode once when I was traveling. I was extremely dehydrated. My heart started to act up, you know, like palpitations. And right away, you know, everyone's default is spiritual warfare. And don't get me wrong, I think the enemy uses our weak points for sure. But at the same time, I was aiding it in the fact that I was neglecting myself. I wasn't tuning in. I wasn't hydrating and drinking the amount of water my body needed to function at its best. And ultimately, that has a domino effect. It impacts how I feel, how I think, and what I'm able to do. So all of it works together. And that's why in soul care, you'll see practices that have to do with the physical, but also that have to do with the emotional and the mental, because all of these practices work together to help us fill up so that we can continue to pour out.
That was Debra Fileta. Make sure to check out her latest book, Soul Care, wherever you get your books. Stay tuned. Up next, it's the Relevant Podcast Olympics.
When you call at the end of the day, even if the world around it feels like it's all falling apart, there'll forever be a room for you inside of my heart. It's true. There's always room for you. About time that you're in.
You're listening to Grant Perez and Lynn Lapid. The song is Room for You. Well, today's podcast is brought to you in part by the new book, Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Author Jonathan Seidel knows firsthand how even believers can get stuck in shame and destructive habits, especially when it comes to one of society's biggest obsessions, alcohol. In Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic, he details his spiral into disordered drinking and shares the 4-step process he eventually used to break free. There's hope for alcoholics who become Christians and for Christians who become alcoholics. Find Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic wherever books are sold. What if you could change a child's life with just $10? Right now, thousands of vulnerable children in East Africa are suffering from jiggers. It's a painful, preventable parasite that burrows into their feet. Soul Hope is the only organization treating it through foot washing, medical care, and durable closed-toed shoes that protect kids long after treatment. $10 may not seem like much in today's world, but when we come together, those small gifts add up to big change. Join the 10 for 10 campaign. $10 protects 10 small toes. Visit soulhope.org/10 to give now. One small gift makes a big difference. Again, that's Soulhope, SOLE, hope.org/TEN.
It's the Relevant Podcast Olympics!
Okay, it is time for it's not annual tradition. What do you call this when you do it every 4 years? I don't know. Quad-annual tradition.
Olympics.
Yeah. It's the Relevant Podcast Olympics. So we are going to test your skills in various ways. We're going to have a skill portion, a speed portion, and a strength portion today. Okay. I'm going to give you guys some various challenges. On part 2, we have other skills that we're going to tackle, but these are the ones for today. So challenge 1, we're calling it the Internet Scavenger Hunt. This is your skill portion. Each contestant will compete. Get your fingers ready on your keyboard. Each contestant will compete to find a random factor item on the internet. You may use whatever search engine you like, any internet tools at your disposal. The first person to find the challenge wins. Okay, so we're keeping score. Emily is going to help me score. This is a Derek versus Marty mano-a-mano Olympics.
Let's get it.
Here we go.
So Emily, you going to help me? You're the judge. You're one of the judges. We're like the ice skating judges. You're one of the judges.
Yes, the panel of experts. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, using whatever at your disposal, tell me the 17th highest grossing movie of all time. Emily, do you know off the top of your head?
I do feel like it's going to be something recent because that always.
Black Panther.
Dang it.
Incorrect.
That's what it says right here.
That's what it says.
Emily?
7th highest grossing movie of all time at 1 billion.
17th.
17th.
Yeah,
highest.
17th.
17th.
That's what it says.
Emily?
Yeah, that's
does
what
that
it
say?
says.
Emily, is that
This is
correct?
AI.
Or is your...
Hold on.
Oh, your AI might be wrong.
This is Google AI.
Emily?
Is it adjusted for inflation or what?
Yeah, it says Black Panther's the 17th highest grossing movie of all time with a lifetime gross of 1,300,000,000.
This is our first Olympic controversy because...
Star Wars, Return of the Jedi.
Where'd you get this from? Where's this list from, Emily? Where'd you get this? Is this dated? Is it dated correctly?
All right, kids. So kids, here's a thing. Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's true. Because we got 3 conflicting views right now. We got the...
Okay, well, this is going to be a mulligan because
So
Emily's
is it adjusted?
fact-finding said 2023 Super Mario
Hold up,
Brothers
Jurassic
movie.
World.
No, Super Mario Brothers.
I done found 3
Simple
different
Google.
lists that have
Yeah,
3
simple
different
Google.
ones. 3 different lists have 3 different answers.
So controversy already at the Olympics. We're throwing that one out. Okay, here's the next one. The first line of the 6th verse of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. What is it? First line of the 6th verse of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah.
This is really just a competition to see who's the fastest typer.
Minor fall, a major lift.
No.
I'm sorry. The baffled king composes Hallelujah.
No,
That's it.
but of course I don't trust the answers that Emily's put in this.
That's the first
document.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The baffled king
First
composing
line
Hallelujah.
of the 6th verse.
6th
Yeah.
verse.
Oh, the 6th verse. So
There we go.
there's only 4 verses. It says here.
Emily.
And if you want to go 4th, it's the nothing on the tongue but Hallelujah.
Emily.
There's only 4 verses.
No, hang
Do
on.
you fact check any of these?
Emily.
First line of...
It's only 4 verses.
I only see 4. I'm on Genius right now. I see 4
Emily.
verses.
Well,
So-
she
Nothing
said-
on my tongue but Hallelujah.
She said,
Hallelujah,
it's
hallelujah.
Now I've done my
Yeah.
part, or now I've done my best. I know it wasn't much, but Emily, I don't trust any of these answers now.
Emily, are you in the HOA?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Emily's on my HOA.
You HOA.
Hang on. Okay, now I'm looking up again. I looked these up this morning. Hang on.
This one I know is correct because it's a previous answer. How many episodes of Seinfeld does Wayne Knight appear in?
I have no clue.
15.
No.
41.
Ooh, close, but no.
48. 48.
No.
And that's what it says right here. How many episodes had Newman? 48.
Oh my gosh, Emily. This says 45.
Okay, that was one. That was one.
This is
that
Wikipedia.
was from the
Yeah.
previous one.
Okay, well, we didn't. Okay.
It's 41.
It's 48.
And this says 45.
Ruthie Cohen was 101. Frank Costanza was 29. Newman was number 2 with 48. Wayne Knight. And then 4th was Estelle Costanza with 29.
Okay. Okay, so the first 3 are all thrown out, but we're going to end it with one that I know as a defined definition. Here we go. This year's Olympic mascot in Paris is Phryges. What is a Phryges? It's spelled Phryges. What is it?
Caps are sporty. It's a cap.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cap that's sporty.
It's
a
a
red
bird.
cap.
More.
Well, okay.
Anamorphic.
What does
what's
it
a-
symbolize?
Oh, an apex.
A liberty cap.
A liberty cap. What
Yeah.
the
Liberty cap.
heck?
Liberty
A
cap.
red-
It's a symbol of the French liberation.
Red hat of freed slaves in
There we
Phrygia.
go. Marty got it.
Revolution. There you go. Red hat symbolizing revolution. That's what it stands for.
This whole
All right.
this whole thing
That-
was exactly like the Olympics, which
that
is
whole
crazy.
thing got Marty 1 point.
Controversial.
So there you go. Here we go. Next round, we are going to the speed portion. This is called.
That wasn't the speed portion?
No, that was skill. And apparently our judges had no skill in putting that
Listen,
together.
I still stand the first one. I was like, the list I was looking at, Super Mario Brothers is listed at number 17. So
All right, here we
Just
go.
saying.
Challenge 2. It's called Speed Read. It's speed portion. Each contestant will receive a category and has 15 seconds to name as many things in that category as they can. So you're not going to both go at the same time. I'll give you different
Okay.
categories. Here we go.
All right.
Emily, you count for me, okay? Here we go. Marty, you're up first. 15 seconds. I'll do the clock.
Okay, so I can't use a phone on this. It's not enough time.
This is
No,
on top of
just-
your head. 15
yeah.
seconds, or you can use whatever. It's just 15 seconds to name as many things in that category as you can. Here you go. 15 seconds. Name as many countries as you can. Go.
Okay, Uganda, America, Ecuador, Colombia, Nova Scotia, Canada, the Russia, Ukraine, China, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, England.
Okay. How many was that, Emily?
Okay, that was 7.
Okay.
Really? Was it?
Really?
Wait, sorry. I
10.
was
You said a
counting
lot
on my
more than
hand.
7.
12. Sorry, I was counting on my hand and I forgot.
God, guys, I apologize for our judging panel this year at the Olympics.
Emily was just so marveled how quick I went. She's like,
No, I'm still thinking. Well, honestly,
she did this.
It's because
She's shaking her head the whole time.
You said Nova Scotia, which is not a country.
That's
it's
not. I don't know why that came out of my.
So it threw me.
I was thinking Epcot.
It threw me off. You had 12. You had 12.
All right, here we go. You are up, Derek. 15 seconds to name as many mythical creatures as you can. Go.
Wow.
Griffin, dwarf, elf.
That's real. Dwarf is real.
No,
Not elf, but yeah.
Troll.
Dwarf.
Oh my God! Y'all are interrupting me.
I'll give you 4 extra seconds. Penalty, like soccer. Go.
All right, troll, dwarf,
Time.
whatever, bro.
How many
You
did
have
you
4.
We're literally having a conversation during
He's
my
like
thing,
dwarf.
bro.
He's like midget.
Like,
That's a real
that's
person.
Crazy.
That's
My-
the guy in Cameron's
my
story.
My competitor was literally
About the
throwing
guy's
me
dad.
off. He's
You know
like,
what?
no, that's real.
I
And
agree.
I didn't call Nova Scotia out when you.
You know what? Lane violation on Marty. I agree with you. So we're getting a
First off,
do-over.
me and Cameron, we were both doing it. First off, Cameron's like, I know a guy. He said dwarf, and Cameron's like, I know a guy. I know a guy's
Judge
dad.
ran onto the field.
He wanted to tell the
Judge ran
story
onto the
again.
field and tripped you. I agree. You get a do-over. Here we go. You are up, Derek. 15 seconds to name as many athletes as you can. Go.
LeBron James, Barry Sanders, Barry Bonds, shoot, I don't know. Dang, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, whatever, bro.
Time.
I'm done.
6.
I'm screwed.
Okay. All right,
Whatever.
That's it for the
That's good.
speed
I love
portion. That's it for the speed portion. Now it's time for my favorite one. This is what I've been looking forward to the entire time. This is the strength portion. It's called Screaming Viking. I'm going to name an item, and each of you will do your best impersonation of that item. We will rank you. The judging panel will rank you on your performance, closeness to the actual item, and enthusiasm. That's a component here. So you're both going to take turns doing the same item.
Enthusiasm?
And enthusiasm.
Like an
So
item?
lean in.
So
Okay,
I'm
lean
going
in.
to tell you, you'll get it. And then one of you will go, and then the other one will go, and we will judge who did it, who wins. Here we go.
I'm nervous.
Marty, here we go. Screaming Viking, strength portion. What would a power lifter doing his heaviest deadlift yet sound like?
Hey guys, I'm a power lifter, and this is a really heavy set. Urgh. Man, that was exhausting. I'm tired now.
Derek, a power lifter doing his heaviest deadlift yet.
That was heavy. That was the heaviest one I ever did. I know that's what you wanted,
100%.
but there's
Yeah,
different
Derek
people.
takes
There's
that one.
different
Derek
people.
takes that one. All right, Derek's got the first one. Here we go, Derek. Okay, next one. Marty, you're up. A pole vaulter setting a new Olympic record. What would that sound like?
Hey guys, I'm a pole vaulter, and I set up this. It's a new record. Can you check that, Judge? Was that a new record? Hey guys, it was a new record. I'm Russian. Hey guys, I'm Russian, and it's cold where I live. I'm
right.
Russian.
Derek, a pole vaulter setting a new Olympic record. Sounds like what?
All right, here it goes. Yeah!
That's it. Derek Minor gets another
I want to
point.
thank my mama.
There it is.
We gotta flip it up because Derek's building off of Marty. So here we go. We're gonna reverse. Here we go. Derek, you're up first. A
right.
basketball coach whose team keeps getting fouled and refs refuse to call it, but his mouth has been taped shut. What does that sound like? Love it. This is good. All right. Marty, a basketball coach whose team keeps getting fouled and refs refuse to call it, but his mouth has been taped shut.
Hey guys, my mouth's taped shut. You refuse to call. This is racism. Haven't you seen the movie Remember the Titans? I'll expose this whole thing. I'll expose everything. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I lose a Hall of Fame. I'll expose you.
Okay. The tape was loosening as he was going.
It's open on the corner of his mouth.
I might need to give that one to Marty.
Marty got that one. Marty got that one.
I just saw Remember the Titans where he talked to he's like, I'll take down this whole thing, you know?
All right. Same thing. Derek, you're going to go first. Here we go. The opening ceremony fireworks sounds like what?
Dun, dun, dun. Pow, pow. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Brrr. Bow. In the home of the brave.
Like it.
The Paris Olympics, yes.
They're doing the American anthem in the Paris Olympics. Here we go.
America, USA, USA, USA.
All right, Marty, the opening ceremony fireworks. They don't talk. You can't say, hey, guys. Here we go. The opening ceremony fireworks.
I have to be the guy who introduces them, right?
No, the opening ceremony fireworks sounds like
fireworks, bro.
All right, I got one. All right. And this was brought to you by Pfizer. Get vaccinated. Now back for the mug root beer, diet soda with Steve Harvey.
What's your judge?
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Judge Brown. What's your vote?
Gosh, I mean, both so good. I'm gonna go with Derek just because I do love the American songs being played at the Paris Olympics.
Yeah, there
You
we
guys
go.
don't like Steve Harvey? Okay. Fine.
America.
All right, Marty, you're up first on this one. A fighter jet squadron doing a flyover of the opening ceremony.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let me go upside down really quick.
Oh.
Hey guys, I'm upside down and I'm a fighter. And my dad died doing this. He was a Blue Angel, so I don't want to die.
Oh my God.
You guys ever seen Independence Day? It feels a lot like that.
Trying to keep his memory alive.
End scene.
All right,
Now
Derek,
we're
a
done.
fighter jet squadron, not pilot, a squadron.
Oh, good one, good
doing
one.
a flyover of the opening ceremony. That's good.
Was there an explosion?
Oh.
That was his dad in the Blue Angels.
Judge Brown.
That one felt like I'm confused on Derek's, but I do want to give him the point because he did. No offense, Marty, he did stick to the rules.
No,
I think
that was the barrel rolls, the spinning.
That's the barrel roll, and that's G-force, gravity.
Oh, okay. Then
Fighting
I say we
Police
Fighting
Academy.
against
I'm
the
losing
speed.
to the guy who's doing the.
He was black too.
I'm Steve Buscemi, and you're the other guy doing the voices.
All right, Marty, here we go. A punching bag getting worked over by a champion boxer.
Yeah. Okay. Ow! I'm not even a physical thing, but this hurts. This is like really. This hurts a lot. Ow! Stop! Ow! What did I do to you? Ow! Man, good thing I have sand in me and water. That's taking a little bit of the frustration out.
And water?
Yeah, water on the base. My feet are water and my body's sand. Hey guys, I'm a punching bag. Hey. Are you talking about a human, right? Like a human punching bag?
I think we're talking. I think you're watching a lot of kids' cartoons where inanimate objects have
You
personalities.
guys ever seen Elmo? Just kidding. You guys ever seen a Sausage Party where the food starts talking? This is boxing in that world.
That's a punching bag off of ayahuasca.
Hey guys, I did mushrooms and I'm a punching bag.
Came alive. Quit hitting it. He has feelings.
It hurts. Ow.
All right, Derek, a punching bag getting worked over by a champion boxer. Done.
Wait, that was actually like really good.
That was good. That was
Give me my
actually
points. It was good.
Yeah.
extremely accurate. Like
Give
you
me
felt
my
it actually.
points.
All right, last one. Here we go. This is for
I gotta catch up for the last game.
There we go. Well, the judges have been
You're pretty much winning this entire thing right now.
Here we go. Marty, an American flag fluttering in the breeze.
Okay. Caca! It's an eagle.
Oh, it's an
Eagle's
eagle.
flying over it. Just wanna give you-
All right, Derek, an American flag fluttering in the breeze.
Ah, dang it.
Ooh, the enthusiasm. I'm going
the
Derek on that
enthusiasm
one.
took it. Yeah.
Derek was so dominant in the Screaming Viking strength competition that he wins the entire
Someone's
day
going
of
to cut
Olympics.
this up and expose us. I just want you to know this, Derek. I was prepared for that.
Hey, I'm cool with it.
I
I'm
literally,
cool with it.
when we were prepping for this and I saw that, I was cracking up when Emily and I were meeting about it because I was like, these guys are cool rappers. Like, and they are going to make the weirdest noises on the internet. And I was
Hey
like,
guys, I'm from Russia. I do pole vaulting. Hey, look, I live in a small box.
I'm cool with it.
I
Chop
love
it
it.
up.
It's great. Okay, well, that'll do it for part one of the Relevant Podcast Olympics.
It's the Relevant Podcast Olympics!
Well, before we wrap things up, I want to thank Deb Fileta for joining us today. Make sure to check out her latest book, Soul Care, and follow her online and check out her other resources. Fantastic stuff. Oh, and if you happen to search by author over at relevantmagazine.com and pop in her name, you will find some of our biggest articles of all time. She's been a contributor for many years and has reached a lot of people through our platform. We appreciate it. Speaking of our website, make sure to check out issue 115 of Relevant. It features Letitia Wright on the cover. We have Carl Lentz. We have Local Natives, Colony House, Judah and the Lion, so much more. It's packed and it's free. You can just click on the magazine tab and you can see the web version right there for free. If you want the beautiful digital magazine experience, you can get it by signing up for Relevant Plus. You not only get that, but you get unlimited ad-free reading at relevantmagazine.com. You get an ad-free version of this podcast and more. Plans start as low as $250 a month, and it's the best way to experience our content. All right, on that note, we'll wrap it. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Marty.
We'll see you on Friday. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Yeah! Yeah!
Relevant Podcast Network.